Hello, welcome again. So this is a short video on our research project. So this is about the final project, the final research project. So I will explain the step-by-step approach, how to generate an idea and how to write the paper. And finally, I will explain how your research project will be graded. Okay, so now let's start. The first step. So step number one, generate an idea. So for generating idea, I suggest you to follow these 6 steps. The step number one, brainstorm for ideas. So it means that you will always have a question on the recent social or political issues, correct? So when you have a question, so from your question, you will select a topic that will enable you to read and understand the literature. So browse article on your questions. Say for example, you may have a question whether the stimulus package announced by the current administration is good for people, good for the stock market, good for the S&P index or not. Okay, this is a question. This can be your question. Okay, or you can have question on a current issue of accounting, auditing, or current issue of finance, anything that you think that you have the data, access to data, and you can analyze and answer your question. So we will come again to that issue. So ensure that the topic is manageable and that material is available. That I was saying that, for example, you have the research question in your mind that whether the stimulus package is actually improving the lives of people or whether it has any dark side. Okay, you may think about the dark side of stimulus package. Okay, and make a list of the keywords. In our example, I have written the keywords: stimulus package, stock price, S&P index. See that? And be flexible. Why? Suppose you have a question whether the stimulus package has an impact on the S&P index. Okay, but after analyzing the data, you found that no, it doesn't have any impact. So be flexible, so that you can change your idea, you can change your question. Okay, and finally, research and read more about your topic. So after doing further research, after reading more materials, so that you will be able to finalize your question. Okay, so when you are done with the research question in your mind, so you will have to create a research design. So this is our second step. So in this step, you will have to think about your data. Suppose you have the research question in your mind that whether the stimulus package is having any impact on the S&P index. Okay, so the first thing you will have to decide, make a decision on the type of data you need to answer your questions. And for example, for stimulus package, you can find data from the Google Trends. So you will see how many people have searched for stimulus package. Okay, and then you will collect data on S&P index from the Yahoo Finance. Then you can do before the stimulus package and after the stimulus package, what's the difference. Okay, and you will also have to analyze the same scenario. Say if you analyze the data for the 2021 and you are saying that the stimulus package is having an impact on the stock market. So you will show by using the data from 2016 or 17 that during that time, say it is March, okay, during the month of March, there was no impact, okay, the curve was flat. But now in March, after announcing or after signing the stimulus package, there is an impact, or you can have several events. So this is the way you will collect data and you will do the analysis and determine which analysis you will perform. For example, you may use Access, MS Excel to perform the descriptive analysis, correlation analysis. I will show you regression analysis, logistic regression analysis, and you may also use Python or RStudio for the same. Okay, and in the step number 3, you will write a structure of the paper. So you will write the introduction of the paper. You will write the literature and research question. So you will write, you will explain the data, meaning the sources of data, and then you will perform the analysis. So here you will do the descriptive statistics, correlation analysis, the regression analysis, okay, and you will check whether those results support your question, and finally you will conclude your research. And you will have to use the reference, okay, correct reference of your literature and other things, okay. And finally write and edit. So after doing the analysis, you will write the paper and will edit if needed. So if you have any question, you can share on the discussion forum. So we will discuss about the problems that you may have, okay. And now let me show you what is expected from your research project. And see that in the introduction, so there are total 100 points, okay. Out of these 100 points, 20 points for introduction, literature and hypothesis 20 points, sample and variable discussion 10 points, analysis 30 points, and conclusion and referencing 10 points. See that. And let me see what we expect from the introduction. In the introduction section, students are required to tell the story in brief. They should explain why this study is important, okay, and why he or she has found what she or he has found in the analysis, okay. The overall structure of the study should be outlined in the introduction section. So what is the contribution of the present study? They should have studied relevant literature and grab a standard structure, okay. And then in the literature section, you should cite the relevant literature to support the hypothesis they want to test. After critically explaining all the prior literature, students are required to cite their hypothesis explicitly. This is 20 points. And where did, in the sample and variable, where did they get the data for the study? Was there any restrictions in the data selection process? Students are suggested to study literature and learn how to write the sample selection process. What variables are they explaining? Which variables are the dependent and which are the independent variables? And in the analysis section, the appropriate analysis should be performed to support the explicit hypothesis. Analysis should include, but not limited to, descriptive statistics, graphical presentation, meaning you can use the visual presentation, pie chart, bar chart, or something related to your research question, correlation analysis, and regression analysis. And finally, students are required to conclude their hypothesis. What they have found in that data analysis. Did they find supports of their hypothesis? They should follow the APA referencing system, okay. And say, here is an example idea: impact of COVID-19 on the stock market, and impact of stimulus package on the stock market. Does it really matter? And do the popular CEOs make better profit? So these are the steps I have also said. So collect more than 500 companies CEO ranking data from somewhere, say Glassdoor, collect the financial data, do analysis. This is one, and this is how you will be referencing the papers. Okay, and now let me show you something, how you will search from the Google Scholar. So for searching, you will scroll the you will search from the Google Scholar. So here is our Google Scholar. What, say for example, stimulus package. Okay, understanding the Chinese stimulus. So the CNN family, a new stimulus package. The coronavirus stimulus package. How large is the transfer multiplier? So do you have? You can read papers from here. Okay, so the effectiveness of the Australian fiscal stimulus package, a DSGE analysis. Okay, and let me see what we can see from here. This is from this, you can use this one as your benchmark. See that they have the abstract, then introduction, and then let's go the Australian fiscal stimulus package. They have discussed about the stimulus package and the model. This is actually model paper, and let me see stimulus package of US and stock price. Let me see if there is anything. The impact of COVID-19 on emerging markets. Let's see what we can find from here. So this one, we can download this paper and let's see how they have. So it has, I think this one is good one. You can follow this one, the structure of this paper. So the impact of COVID-19 on emerging stock markets. Okay, so this is the abstract, actually what they have found and what they have done, and this is the introduction. This will very helpful, and the data, methodology and findings, and policy discussions, conclusion. This is a short one. This is a very short paper. So I am just saving this one for you so that I can share this one with you. And here it is. So I am making a research project. Okay, so sample paper 1. Okay, then let me see some other papers. Okay, COVID-19 lockdowns, stimulus packages, travel bans, and stock returns. See that this is another one. Let's see what we can find from here. Introduction, data. So in the introduction, they have actually explained everything. That is why they did not use the literature and hypothesis, data and analysis, the results. Okay, and finally concluding remarks. Okay, this is how they have done. Okay, sample paper 2, and then okay, so say for example I want to see the impact of ASC 606 on stock price. ASC 606 is a new accounting revenue recognition principle. So you may want to see whether there is any impact on the stock price of the company. So revenue fraud and the impact of new revenue recognition standards. See that, and many things you can see. The liquidity, precision, and comparability effects of the adoption of ASC 606, revenue from contracts with customers. See that this is another paper. So evaluating the impact of ASC 606 on the preparation and presentation of the financial statements and the corresponding market reaction. So you can find data on this. So gender, let's see, impact of oil price reduction on car selling. Is there any impact of oil price fluctuations on common renewable energies? These are different things. So you can find articles, papers on your idea. So this is how you will search and you will do the literature review. Okay, and for the citation, meaning for the referencing, so just click over here, cite, and you will find APA. So you just copy this one and you will see that. So what you will do, paste. See that this is the citation. This is how you will perform the citation. Okay, so I hope you understood, and if you have any question for me, so I'm ready to answer. So happy analysis and best of luck for your research project.